Folks, we might be nearing a major shorts liquidation event. There is roughly $3 billion worth of shorts at about 100K. So figures reveal over $3 billion worth of short positions potentially being erased should Bitcoin move over the coveted $100,000 threshold. That's probably why it's having a little bit of trouble right now. There are a lot of actors wanting to actually push it down. Now, I don't know how much $3 billion worth of shorts could suddenly take it. It could take it possibly to 105 or more. But even if it goes to 105K, the liquidations would only rise to 3.73 billion. So you can see about 75% of the liquidations happen at just over 100K. And the price that a lot of these short bets are in the 97 to 100K range. So a few of them probably have already been liquidated. But depending on how leveraged they actually are and how much collateral those people have, they might not be liquidated until we get much clear of 100K, maybe 102, 103. But that might shoot us towards 105 or even possibly 108 and making a new all-time high. So there is a good possibility that we possibly could make an all-time high this week or this weekend, depending on what happens. Of course, there could be a sell the room, like buy the rumor, sell the news moment, because Trump has basically forwarded or announced his announcement of tomorrow with a big trade deal. Now, if it disappoints, we might actually go back down. There could be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. I do believe the trade deal is with the United Kingdom. But the thing with the United Kingdom is they didn't really have an unfair trade deal with the United States. The U.S. actually has had a trade surplus with the United Kingdom, meaning that they actually buy more stuff from us than we buy from them. We actually have a surplus with the United Kingdom of about $12 billion per year. So I think that particular deal is pretty much going to be the same one that we had with them earlier, because that was using Trump's formula, that was a good deal for us, because any country where we have a surplus, that was a good trade relationship. Any country where we have a deficit is a bad trade relationship, and those are the ones he wants to punish. Now, I think that's a stupid way to look at things, but that's kind of the basis and the framework that Trump used, and that's how he came up with a formula for all those reciprocal tariffs, which, by the way, is the UK was not hit with, because they actually had a surplus. They were hit with the base 10%, but they were not hit with the higher tariffs because, once again, they had a surplus. So I don't think that particular trade deal is going to be any different from what we actually had earlier. So the thing is, even if we go to an all-time high of 109 million, the figure might only reach about $4 billion in liquidations. And that's not honestly that huge, because if you look at 3.73, if you move $4,000 more, that's only about 0.27 billion more. And if we actually just reach over 100K, we can get $3.04 billion worth of liquidation. So you can see the vast majority of the liquidations are around that 100K area, which is why I believe the bears are actually fighting very, very hard to keep it under 100K. I do actually think the main bull in buying Bitcoin is Michael Saylor. If you actually look at the crypto charts, by the ways, you will actually see that altcoins, last time Bitcoin was 100,000, was much, much higher. When we fell below 100,000 the last time, XRP was probably around I think I remember it was around 320. Ethereum was $3,200 or something like that. Solana was much, much higher too, in the 200s. Cardano was around $1 or so. So right now, a lot of these alts are 30-40% lower than what they were when Bitcoin was around $100,000, $99,000 last time. So that really just means to me that Michael Saylor, Similar Scientific, and many others are actually buying Bitcoin right now, and there's no one to buy up the altcoins. And I'm not really sure, even if they had ETFs, would there actually be any real demand for these altcoins? Some people are saying that alts will actually blow up and retail will FOMO back in at $100,000. But I kind of doubt that, honestly. I think Bitcoin's dominance will continue to go higher for several weeks yet, if not several months. Because I think for altcoins to really come up, you need retail buyers to come in. And I don't think retail buyers feel that rich right now or have the money because most people in the United States expect more inflation in the coming year. And people are probably more saving for a rainy day than anything else right now. If it's just institutional buying you're betting on, I think Bitcoin is going to be the one. And I don't think the ETFs, even if they come, will change things that much, which is why I think Bitcoin dominance is going to rise and why I think like if you're going to buy crypto right now, I still think Bitcoin is the best play. Unless you have some like insider scoop on some meme coin or something that you can make 100x on, I do think Bitcoin is the most solid play, with BNB probably being number two. If you want more ROI, but you want to be more safe, I think BNB is the play to go because I think their downside is more limited than most other coins. Remember, Binance does buy back their coin and then burn it to shrink the supply, and theirs is really the only supply shrinkage that's like somewhat effective because they actually buy back enough to where it actually affects the circulating supply. Whereas if you're looking for like coin burns due to transactions to affect the circulating supply, generally none of those big coins are really going to affect it enough where it'll actually affect the price. But Binance actually does. So basically my recommendations right now would be to buy BTC or buy BNB. And yes, I do believe that BNB is going to come back into the United States. And I do believe CZ has actually more influence here than most people think because he does actually own, he does actually have a lot of players kind of in place right now. He did ask for a pardon from US President Donald Trump, and I'm sure if he donates a couple of bucks, he'll probably get it. Or if he hasn't already gotten it already. I haven't really been keeping up with that news. But overall, I think those two coins are the ones you kind of want to stick with right now to be on the safe side and to get some gains. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.